Do you ever wonder why some people just ooze class while others not so much? Well, today we're diving into the top 10 signs that scream, "I have no class." Trust me, you don't want to be caught dead doing these things. Stick around till the end, and I'll show you how to level up your class game and slay in any situation. Now, I know what you're thinking. But wait, I thought I was already classy. Well, let me tell you, even the most polished of us can fall into these classless traps without even realizing it. And the stakes are high, my ladies. Exhibiting these behaviors can seriously impact the way others perceive you, from your personal relationships to your professional life. You don't want to miss out on opportunities or respect because of a few classless missteps, do you? Stick around till the end, and I'll show you how to level up your class game and slay in any situation. First up, poor hygiene and grooming. This one might seem obvious, but you'd be surprised how many people overlook basic cleanliness and self-care. Imagine this. You're at a fancy event, feeling great, but then the person next to you has noticeable BO and messy hair. Total mood killer, right? Or you're at a job interview, only to realize your chipped nails and ragged cuticles are front and center as you shake hands. Not the polished look you were going for. Taking care of hygiene and grooming is a sign of self-respect and consideration for others. When you put effort into your appearance, you show you value yourself and those around you. Good hygiene doesn't require hours primping. We're talking basics. Regular showers, clean clothes, brushing your teeth, neat hair, and nails. Focus on those little details, and it can make a big difference in how you're perceived. When you look good, you feel good. And that confidence boost shines through in every interaction. So take those few extra minutes for self-care. Your classiness will thank you. Next up, lack of basic manners. This is a big one. Poor manners can tank a vibe faster than you can say please and thank you. Good manners show respect and consideration. It's little things like saying please, thank you, excuse me, holding doors open, not interrupting, waiting your turn to speak. These small gestures add up to a big impact on how you're seen. When you disregard basic courtesies, it tells others you don't really value or respect them. And who wants to be around that? Now, laid-back settings with close friends are one thing. But in most situations, especially professional or formal, good manners are a must. So how can you keep your manners in check? Be mindful. Take a beat before speaking or acting and ask, is this respectful to others? If not, rethink that approach. And if you do slip up, own it with a quick apology. A simple, "My bad, that came out wrong," goes a long way in smoothing things over and showing you're self-aware. Making an effort with manners will take you far on your classy journey. A little politeness is powerful. All right, let's talk about being loud and obnoxious in public. Look, we all like letting loose sometimes, but there's a big difference between having fun and being totally disruptive. Picture this. You're at the movies, popcorn in hand, ready to enjoy the show. Then a group comes in, talking loudly, cracking jokes. It's distracting, annoying, and totally takes you out of the moment. No bueno. Or you're on a crowded train trying to relax. The person next to you is blasting their music or having a full volume phone convo. Super inconsiderate, right? In public spaces, you gotta be aware of how your behavior impacts others. Just because you're having a good time doesn't mean everyone else needs to be part of it. Now, obviously, at a game or concert, cheering and being rowdy is totally cool. Read the room and adjust your vibe accordingly. But if people are trying to focus or relax, that's your cue to dial it back. So how can you avoid being that guy? Start by minding your volume. Hear yourself. Are you the loudest one around? Time to tone it down a notch. Take in your surroundings too. Is this a place to be boisterous or more subdued? Paying attention to the atmosphere helps make sure you're not steamrolling anyone else's experience. Being considerate of others is key to having class. When you're mindful of your behavior's effect, people are way more welcoming of your presence and personality. Have your fun, but keep it classy. Okay, let's dive into inappropriate language and profanity. We all let loose sometimes with a few choice words. But there's a big difference between the occasional slip and making crude language your norm. Constantly cursing or making offensive jokes sends a message. It says you're crass, immature, or even rude. Definitely not the classy vibe you're going for. Your words can build people up or tear them down. With profanity and inappropriate comments, you're basically putting a wall between you and others. Makes it hard for people to feel connected or respected. Now, at home when you stub your toe, go ahead, let it fly. But in pro settings or around kids, time to clean it up. Being classy means knowing your audience. So, how can you keep your language in check? First, just be aware. Think before you speak and ask, is this appropriate for who I'm with? If not, find a different way to say it. Expand that vocabulary too. There's so many great words out there to express yourself. Using more intelligent, descriptive language not only makes you sound smarter, it shows you have the maturity and control to communicate without going low. How you speak reflects who you are. Using respectful, appropriate words shows you're a classy, high-value person. So choose your words wisely. They're more powerful than you think. Next up, poor table manners. I know, dining etiquette can seem old-fashioned, but trust me, having good table manners is just as important today, especially in formal or professional settings. When you're sharing a meal, your manners are on full display. How you act speaks volumes about your sophistication and respect for others. Good table manners are about being mindful and considerate. That means waiting for everyone to be served before digging in, using utensils properly, and avoiding gross stuff like burping or talking with your mouth full. Different settings have different rules too. A formal dinner party might mean multiple utensils and courses. Sushi has its own chopstick protocol. Brushing up on the nuances helps you navigate any dining situation with poise. Now, you don't have to be a stiff robot. There's a balance between enjoying your meal and being polite. But putting some effort into your etiquette shows you value all the work that went into the meal and the company you're sharing it with. So next time you sit down to eat, check your manners. Are you being thoughtful of the whole dining experience? Making an effort with those little courtesies goes a long way in boosting your class factor. Bon appetit. Okay, let's talk about personal accountability. This one's big because it reflects your character and integrity. When you dodge responsibility for your actions, it screams immaturity and untrustworthiness. Accountability is about owning your choices and being dependable. When you're accountable, people know they can count on you to keep your word and own up to your mistakes. Ditch the accountability, and that trust goes out the window. You get a rep for being flaky and unreliable, not a good look. So how can you build your accountability cred? Start with honesty, to others and yourself. Mess up? Own it, apologize, and make it right. Don't pass the buck or play the victim. Be proactive with your commitments too. If you say you'll do it, do it. Don't make promises you can't keep or overcommit yourself. It's okay to say no, rather than let people down later. Finally, use slip-ups as growth opportunities. No one's perfect. We all mess up sometimes. But accountable folks reflect on what went wrong and use it to improve next time, rather than getting defensive. Prioritizing accountability builds your rep as someone reliable and classy. People will know you're a stand-up lady who does what you say, every time. In any setting, that's a huge asset. All right, let's discuss gossiping and rumor spreading. Juicy gossip is tempting, I know. It feels good to be in the know. But dishing dirt does a number on your class factor. It shows a real lack of character. Imagine dishing to someone about your personal life, only to find out, later, they've blabbed to everyone else. Or overhearing coworkers spreading nasty rumors about someone. Icky, right? It's a total breach of trust. Gossip and rumor mongering are inherently disrespectful. You're using someone's private biz for your own entertainment or gain. You're not thinking about how it could hurt their reputation, feelings, or relationships. Even if you're not the one starting the rumors, engaging in gossip still makes you complicit. By spreading or even just listening to the stories, you're feeding a cycle of negativity. You're saying it's cool to smack talk behind people's backs, not classy at all. So how can you rise above the whisper mill? First, watch what convos you get into. If someone tries to suck you into gossip, shut it down politely. Try something like, "I don't feel right talking behind so-and-so's back," or just change the subject. Be a vault for your friends' secrets too. If someone shares something private, guard that info with your life. Prove you're a trustworthy confidant by zipping your lips, even if you think the news is harmless. Let them decide who to tell. Finally, focus on building people up, not cutting them down. Bond over positive stuff instead of negative gossip. Compliment someone's achievements or tell a funny story that doesn't embarrass anyone. Steer the convo in an uplifting direction. Gossip and rumors are habits that'll hold you back. Rise above the drama by treating others' business with respect and discretion. You'll quickly earn a rep as a kind, classy friend people can actually trust. Okay, ladies, let's move on to the 8th sign of classless behavior. Disrespecting personal space. We all have different comfort levels with physical proximity and touch. Some are huggers, while others prefer more distance. Regardless, it's crucial to respect others' boundaries. Have you ever felt uncomfortable because someone was too close? Maybe they leaned in too far during a conversation, or invaded your personal bubble in a crowded space. It can feel really invasive, right? Some people are too handsy, even with strangers. They might give unwanted hugs or touch without asking. Everyone has a right to their own personal space. Invading someone's space without consent is disrespectful. Be mindful of your body language and proximity. Adjust your distance to respect others' comfort. If unsure, give a little more space. Always ask before touching someone. A simple, "Is it okay if I give you a hug?" shows respect. If someone invades your space, speak up. Say, "I'm not really a hugger," or "I prefer more distance." Most will respect a polite request for space. Respecting personal space shows you value others' comfort. Be mindful and communicate to be a classy and respectful individual. This quality benefits all areas of life. Remember, a little space goes a long way. All right, ladies, let's talk about the 9th sign of classless behavior, a lack of punctuality. We all have those days where we're running behind schedule. Traffic was bad, or we got caught up in something else. It happens to the best of us. But when you make a habit of being late, it sends a message that you don't value other people's time. Punctuality is a sign of respect for others. Showing up on time demonstrates that you value the commitment you've made. You're saying, "I'm here, I'm present, and I'm ready to engage." Consistently being late erodes trust and respect. People start to see you as flaky and disorganized, and that's not a reputation any of us want. Be realistic about your time and commitments. Don't overbook yourself. It's okay to decline or reschedule if it means you can show up fully and on time. Give yourself plenty of buffer time. Factor in extra time for each commitment. Communicate proactively if you're running behind. Let the person you're meeting know if you'll be late. Apologize and give a realistic estimate of your arrival. Show that you respect their time. Being punctual is a key component of showing up as your best self. It demonstrates that you're reliable and considerate. In a world where time is precious, that's a valuable quality. So next time, remember, being on time is a simple but powerful way to show up as your most classy self. Okay, ladies, we've made it to the final sign of classless behavior, a lack of emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is crucial for navigating relationships with grace and empathy. It's the ability to recognize and manage your own emotions, as well as those of others. Self-awareness and effective communication are key components. Have you ever met someone oblivious to how their words affect others? It's frustrating, right? That's a lack of emotional intelligence. People with high emotional intelligence navigate social situations effortlessly. They make others feel heard and valued. Start by being self-aware and practicing empathy. Check in with your emotions and listen actively to others. Develop your emotional regulation skills. Communicate your needs and boundaries clearly. By prioritizing emotional intelligence, you'll become a more classy and effective communicator. Invest in your emotional intelligence, ladies. It's key to showing up as your best self. And there you have it, ladies. The 10 biggest signs you may need a class overhaul. I hope this gave you a roadmap for behaviors to watch out for and tips to up your class game. Little things like minding your P's and Q's, being a trusted confidant, and owning your actions make a world of difference. Just remember, class isn't about perfection. We all have off days. What matters is being self-aware and always striving to be your best, most thoughtful self. And if you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, be sure to give it a like and share it with your friends. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button for more videos like this. Until next time, keep it classy, keep it real, and keep being the amazing woman you are. Bye for now. Bye.